Hello YouTube, welcome back over to Gaming House. And I know it's been a while since I uploaded anything, but we're in a bit of a dry spell right now. There's really nothing coming out in January. Not January, holy shit, I need more sleep. In July, pretty much there's nothing going to be new to the channel until late August, in which we get slammed. Well, I get slammed. I get slammed with trying to do everything Gears related before moving on to Metal Gear and getting absorbed into that before Taken King comes out. And speaking of Taken King, that's what this video is going to be about. We're going to talk, I'm going to talk about a little bit of concerns and what I'm looking forward to in the Taken King. So for those that don't know what the Taken King is about, first off, it comes off September 15th. It's $40. That's going to just, well, probably have to wait for people to play to see how much content's in it to justify the pricing, if you're iffy about $40 for an expansion. But essentially, Oryx, who is the father of Crota, who was the raid boss in the Dark Below expansion, he's kind of pissed off that we killed Crota, so he's come to find us and kill us. So picking a topic here, we're going to go ahead and dive into weapons and armor first. Now what I'm liking to see with this is we're getting more of a manufacturer identity going on here. With the other weapons, you can identify a couple others, such as Soros, Crux and Lomar. I probably butchered the second name there because it's probably something different. But there are a few people that made certain weapons in the vanilla and DLC version of the game. But in this one, we're actually seeing a lot more of them. We're seeing a lot more Soros weapons that are legendary status, not exotic. Hake, which I probably mispronounced horribly. And I don't remember the third one. I can't. Their weapons look weird as hell too. They're like all black with like weird spacing in between the barrel and the actual components. It's weird. We're getting that. Things I'm concerned about though is the weapon balancing in particular, because as the moment this video is released, Bungie hasn't said jack squat about weapon balancing. Which, on a PvE aspect, it doesn't matter so much unless you want to use auto rifles, which auto rifles do need a buff to become more relevant in PvE as well as PvP, because if you're using it there, it's more of a novelty aspect. With PvE, anything's passable to use, whereas in PvP, well, we'll just dive into it. There's only two or three weapons that are a major issue right now, and that's Thorn and Last Word. And then probably shotguns. And then maybe Red Death, but I don't think enough people use Red Death that people identify as a problem, if it is one. But essentially, hand cannons aren't overpowered as far as we can tell, because no one else, at least in my experience, from other people's experiences, from meeting on forums and such, is that no one really runs into legendary hand cannons because, let's face it, you're running into Thorn and Last Word. Pretty much every Crucible game, someone's going to have those. If you are playing a Crucible game and you don't have anyone using those, everyone's either below level 20, or you run into some players that just feel like using something different for once. But those weapons need to be reevaluated, things need to be buffed, like auto rifles, like fusion rifles. Weapons need to be made prevalent again to be used, and I'm not sure if they're waiting till Taken King to mess with weapon balancing, or if they have no intention at all, but they've said nothing of the sort in the last several months towards weapon balancing. And if they were waiting till Taken King to do it, they should probably fucking say so, because that would get people excited then. Armor, we haven't seen too much of the new armor, so I'm not sure what it looks like, because part of the main issue I have is tying back in also with weapons, is whether or not we're going to be able to ascend gear right at the start of Year 2, or are they going to wait till the end of Year 2 content to reintroduce more ascension to bring Year 1 weapons back up to Year 2 standards at the end of Year 2, or is it just going to be Year 2 weapons get maxed out at the end of Year 2 and Year 1 weapons are now completely and utterly useless? Which is a shame, because I like the House of Wolves armor that I have. It looks awesome, particularly my Titan, and I like the look of it, and I want to keep the look of my Titan, because I'm not sure what the other stuff's going to look like. And same goes for weapons. I like using the weapons that I've gotten from the vanilla game and the DLCs. Particularly Vision of Confluence, and I finally just got a Fatebringer, and it almost took me a near goddamn year to finally get a Fatebringer. But I'm not sure what they're going to do with that. If they allow us to ascend at least the goddamn armor, I'd be happy with that. And then I could adapt to whatever probably shitty weapons they're going to make us use. Probably exotics will at least carry over. Because I'm pretty sure everyone will be really upset if they can't use their Gallowhorn. I would be. It's like the end-all be-all solution to everything. Let's talk a bit about the story elements, which I'm not too concerned about. I'm just not sure how much of a story we're going to get if you played any of the DLCs. There wasn't much of a story to them. At least House of Wolves, they had more entertaining banter between them. Speaking of banter, I think a concern of mine is whether or not Dinklebot's actually going to finally talk in one of these, because he hasn't said one goddamn word in Dark Below or House of Wolves. He said nothing. So either, you know, get Peter Dinklage back in there to say things, or, you know, reveal that you've cut out some of his dialogue and put it back in now, or get someone else in there to have the ghost say shit. And, you know, it's Activision. It wouldn't be the first time they milked things for voice packs. And I'm on to you, Activision. I know your greedy ways. But getting back on track, some new locations that, from what we can tell from the stories, we're going to Phobos. I think Phobos. Either way, one of the Mars' moons, where the Cabal get attacked. The new patrol location of the Dreadnought ship that is Oryx's, as well as probably missions in the Dreadnought ship. But things that concern me are what are other locations we're going to go to, and what else is going to get unlocked, because I think the only new area that we can patrol is the Dreadnought. Which is fine and all, but if we're going to the moon, is the moon not explorable, or are you going to lock that off pretty much to that certain area and we can't go anywhere else? And also what concerns me is whether or not we're going to backtrack into areas that we've cleared out about 50 million times now, like we have in the campaign of the vanilla Destiny, as well as all the DLCs. And another concern with patrols is I'm not sure what's going to happen to the patrols on, I'll use Earth as an example. Anyone that's played since before the Dark Below and afterwards, and then House of Wolves comes out, is there used to be the Blades of Crota that would spawn on the Earth and on the Moon. And they were random people you could kill. They would drop a sword. You could run around with the sword. They had bounties tied to them and all that. Oh, God. I'm starting to say all that again. I need to stop that words. Yeah, we're not going to talk about that anymore. But then when House of Wolves come out, those people were replaced with the pack of wolves that come prowling on Earth, Moon, and Venus. Now, when Taken King comes out, are they going to have things that are happening during the patrolling areas now that are going to replace the House of Wolves, making them less relevant, so that we don't get any more chests from them to get engrams, to get more chances to get treasure keys? In fact, that would make Petra's bounties entirely useless, considering the only way to do hers is to kill the people from House of Wolves that come in. At least half of them. The other people are just sitting around in patrol that you could find. That's a concern of mine, and I'd really like it to get in contact with whoever does the damn coding for the patrols and bring back the Blades of Crota too. Make your patrols more lively. Pack of Wolves start coming, now the Blades of Crota start invading too. It's chaos. And not to mention, then we could hit the wolves with a sword, and that'd be fun. Other things that come to mind, Year 2 exclusives coming to PlayStation and all that. Even though I play on Xbox, I've beaten that dead horse long enough, so skipping that one. The raid. I don't know much about the raid, but I have faith in the raids. Particularly because this one is actually supposed to have more puzzles and all that, kind of like Vault of Glass. Which a lot of people like Vault of Glass more than the Crota one. Which I like both for their own reasons. Vault of Glass has a lot more coordination needed, where a single death or a single screw-up can mean everyone's dead. And the Crota one, well, you can muscle through most of that with brute force, which I like as well, because that just means I get to shoot shit. But I think that's going to cover most of it. I probably didn't cover everything that's coming with it. Oh wait, no, I didn't talk about multiplayer at all. Probably because I don't like multiplayer. I mean, I briefly covered it with weapons, but they're adding new modes. One is Rift, which essentially, you know, if you played any version of Capture the Flag, Griff Ball, etc., there you go. Destiny's getting that version of it. Bunch of new maps. They look interesting. That I'd read the Grimmer card of, because I actually read those, and they're really cool. And I wish they were in the fucking game. Put those in the goddamn game already. Also, the other one that interests me is the Mayhem mode. And the Mayhem mode is all the cooldowns of your super, your grenade, your melee are all reduced significantly. So those are charging up like crazy. Heavy ammo's coming in a lot more frequently as well, and it's pretty much like the name says, it's Mayhem. My concern with this mode, though, is pretty much if you get a team of gunslingers, I think they're just going to win. Because that's like the furthest ranged super, and it kills in one hit. So, you know, the Titans finally got our ranged kind of super coming. I think the gun travels a lot faster than the hammer does. So, yeah, some oversight there. But I don't know. We'll see how it turns out. It'll probably be fun. I'll play it. I'll check it out. And I hope new modifiers get added too. There we go. There's something else to talk about. Put the damn modifiers in our hands so we can put them in story mode. That won't happen though. They need it for their dailies and weeklies and such. But that's, I think I've rambled on enough about the Taken King concerns and all that I have. So that's going to do it here for this video. As always, you're welcome to like, comment, and subscribe. Share, do all that fun YouTube jazz stuff. And you're always welcome to come back over to Gaming House for more gameplay and commentary. Oh, and also, if you got any concerns and all that about the Taken King, put them down in the comment section below. Maybe I'll interact with you every here and there. I'm on YouTube enough. When I'm not on, you know, games. Like you, Witcher! Damn you, Witcher! Why do you have so much to do?